Okay, so we are going to talk about miracles, and we're also going to do the miracle energy healing process today. Darcy's going to go first. When we do, I'm turning on roots. Listen to this. Feel about roots can be a good thing and a negative thing. So everything has to have its balance. We have roots as people who have history, ancestry, but let's not allow it to hold us down. So that's one reason why I love this song. Let's enjoy it. I guess I have to turn it on. Camera's on if you guys can, please.
I like digging holes and hiding things inside them. When I grow old, I hope I won't forget to find them. 'Cause I've got memories and travel like gypsies in the night. I build a home and wait for someone to tear it down. Then pack it up in boxes, head for the next town. 'Cause I've got memories and travel like gypsies in the night.
Remember, music just moves your soul. Go, Gene.
And 1,000 times I've seen this road, 1,000 times. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I like standing still, but that's just a wishful plan. Ask me where I come from, I'll say a different land. But I've got memories and travel like gypsies in the night. I count dates and numbers and play the guessing game. It's just the place that changes, the rest is still the same. But I've got memories and travel like gypsies in the night. And 1,000 times I've seen this road, 1,000 times. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I like digging holes, hiding things inside them. When I grow old, I won't forget to find them. I like digging holes, hiding things inside them. When I grow old, I won't forget to find them. I've got no roots. No roots. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no
No roots. Okay, that's awesome. I like that. That just really totally relaxed me. All right, everyone. And music is really important for our feminine graces. It allows us to move our body. It allows us to feel places that we've not felt. This is part of, in fact, tomorrow we're going to talk about body love and self-love. because this is the factor where most people are not connected to their interior. They don't even realize it until they start to do the work, and also to the body. You know, as a teacher here, I'm always going to throw out things that I feel that are important correlations to make everything make sense. So in part of the work that I did for healing cancer was because I had developed body wisdom, and it told me literally that I had cancer. It was back in April of last year, 2020, and I started getting sensations in my breast, and I kept ignoring it. And I would sleep on my right side, and my breast would fall asleep. Breasts don't fall asleep. Nipples don't fall asleep, but it did 4 days in a row. And so I went to the doctor. So that's body wisdom. If I didn't listen to my body, I mean, actually, my body was saying, "Pay attention to me." So it was falling asleep. So all of this work develops our body wisdom. So the full body, mind, and spirit become this beautiful trinity of perfection for us. We all want to up level our body, mind, and spirit. Now, we were talking, the homework yesterday was, or the idea was, to talk a little bit, because we're going to do the miracle energy healing process, about what a miracle means to you, or if you've had one. And Darcy's going to go first.
Thank you, Mia. I love that you asked this question about the feeling of a miracle, because there's one thing to witness to it. I've been witness to and experience so many this past year, so I've gotten really present to actually like what that feels like. And for me, the feeling of a miracle, it's several things. It's sometimes it's like a like, because it can be something in an instant that it just appears instantly. It's just that feeling of like, wow, and then there's some that it just, it's like it's almost left speechless. It's like this feeling of just like complete just awe, of just like moved to tears, when you get present to the feeling of what you're experiencing and what you're witnessing. And the feeling of a miracle also, actually, it's happening right now. I'm talking, it's just like all over body chills, and I feel it now. It's going down my thighs, and it's going down my calves right now, just speaking of what miracles feel like. But sometimes too, it's just moved to the core and moved to tears.
Beautiful. And the thing about a miracle is, it's different for each person, isn't it? Right? Somebody could be struggling with depression and then finally move through it. That's a miracle, right? So we need to understand that miracles are everywhere. They're a part of our life, and we need to look for them, because otherwise they're going to pass us right by. And we want to start to be aware and active in creating miracles, right? That's the important part. And so the body, the music, the sound, as Darcy was saying, and as how I mentioned, it literally does bring a body wisdom. We disassociate from our body at a very young age in this society, and probably all around the world, in the Western worlds, but also probably all around the world. We disassociate somehow, because there's bullies, people pick on us, and that kind of stuff. Um, so it's really there. It's a thing. So I love that you brought in the essence of the feeling, because when you said it tingles through your body, because that's a sensation that we need to be aware of. That's energy. So that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Anyone else want to share about a miracle they either had, or what it feels like for them? Do you hear something? Do you just
Hi.
know? Hi.
Hi.
Eva. For a
Yes.
minute I thought it was Amber. Are you going next, Amber? Did I see your hand up? Okay, good. All right.
Okay.
Go
Oh,
right
is someone hand up? Can I share?
Yes, but could you move that light out of my eyes, please? Because I really would love to look at you. Oh no, it was the one to your right side. Perfect. It's gone. You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. Thanks.
That was the sunshine.
I'm sorry. I thought it was a light bulb.
Good morning to everyone, and thank you for the share that was just given. That was really beautiful to listen to. Well, yesterday when you asked that question, it brought up an awareness for me that I hadn't had until you presented the question, which is that I do feel like I'm currently a miracle and living a miracle. You just briefly sort of mentioned being depressed and moving out of that. And I spent a lot of my youth and early in depression and feelings of suicide. And I've moved out of that and been able to live day to day as a miracle, where you sort of also asked yesterday about what type of work would we be doing if we were living as a miracle. And all the things that I currently am doing are in alignment with what to me seems like miraculous. So I just wanted to thank you for presenting that question and allowing me to see that my own progress and miraculous transformation, and that I currently do live in a way where I am a living miracle.
You are. And I know Eva very well, as many of you have heard. She's my little sis, not by the same mother, but by our choice together. And I've seen her shift over the years. And I also could not have gotten through my roughest times in my life without her, because miracles and living like a miracle is incredible. It really is. Thank you for sharing that, Eva.
Thank you.
Amber, I'm not gonna let you get away.
Hi.
Good morning.
I just wanted to share, I feel like I've witnessed a lot of miracles and maybe even manifested some in 2020. And I learned now not to doubt that power. And I would say the most recent one was I kind of walked my friend through it without actually telling her what we were doing. She gave birth and her baby had to be sent to another hospital without her, and it was really hard for her. And I knew that me thinking and manifesting things in my life in 2020, including healing my body and getting my car fixed for free, which was amazing. That was a miracle to me. And I just told her to text me as if it was 2 months later. And she did. And it wasn't even 24 hours later, the baby was totally in a different state and ready to go home.
Mhm.
That was amazing.
That is amazing. That's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Jean, you're up.
Hi, everyone. 21 years ago, I think a miracle is definitely divine intervention. And I am a miracle, because 21 years ago, I stopped drinking and drugging. Now, that's a miracle. And yes,
Beautiful.
because well, the options were locked up or dead. So yes, God is in my life.
Good.
Loud and clear.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. That's lovely.
You're welcome.
That's awesome. Anyone else want to share? Yes, Blanca. You just have to unmute yourself, or I'll unmute you. Hold on.
Okay, thanks.
you're
Beautiful
on.
stories. My miracles seem to do around time and space. I can remember two different ones. I can't remember the times, but once I was driving in a very narrow it was 2 lanes on each side. And I was driving and there was cars parked on this side. I was in the middle and there was a car right on the blind side, but I knew he was there. And all of a sudden I seen a cat go across, and, being a pet lover, I couldn't slam the brakes and I couldn't move that way. I had to keep going forward because there was a car behind me. Well, I don't know what happened, but there was like a square this is the only way I can explain it. There was a square in time, and I was placed back, the car was placed back, and the cat was able to go through. And then somehow I went through that square and it all happened. And it's like, what just happened? I don't know. So
that's brilliant. That is one of those mystical happenings. I had one in a car too, like that. That's beautiful. And the cat was okay, and you were okay, and everything.
And the person, we were all okay, but it all happened, and simultaneously. And so that was one. There's another one, but that one's a little bit longer and a little bit more amazing. And
share it.
And it also has. It has to do also with space and time. This was back like in I don't know, it was well over 7 years ago. I was, I decided to take a rest, and I decided to read a book about this person that he was in ministry, and he had the gift of making me laugh, and I guess the audience too. And I decided to read his book so that I could have a chuckle before I thought I was going to take a nap. But I don't know what happened with time and space that I began to read, and something that I read impacted me very, very much, that I kind of just like relaxed back. And that's when time and space got lost. All of a sudden, I seen myself rising, and I thought, oh my God, did I die? And I literally looked at myself rising, and I was on a little cloud, what was just on for my feet, and I was going up. Well, when I was going up, I thought, oh my God, did I die? But I didn't see my body. I just know that I was going up. And when I was going up, I came to these gates. They were tall, tall people. And they didn't have bodies, or the robes that robed them didn't give them one. So it was just the head, and they were all looking down at me, and I must have been like this. So these people were gates, and they began to open as the cloud took me in. And so I wasn't walking, the cloud was doing all the movement. So I went through many, 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 many gates, because when I was going up, I thought, whoa, if I'm dead, there's only one person that I'm looking for, and that was my grandmother, which was my dad's mom, and she died alone. And I wanted to see her, and I was looking for her. So when I was going through these gates, I remember the audacity of me looking up at these people that were looking at me with a smile, and this love this joy that I felt for them, that I couldn't accept. That I had a chip on my shoulder, and I looked at them like, what are you all looking at? You don't know me. I'm here to go see my grandma. I've been gifted this, so I'm going to see my grandma. Well, those gates kept opening and opening, and they all looked at me. Well, when I got to where I got, I finally was able to see the veil was taken away. And I got to see my grandma sitting like this, like pondering around. She was sitting on a well, and this well of water was beautiful. It was it had like 3 tiers, or I don't know, but it kept shooting water, and beautiful water. It shot so much water that it created a mist, and that was the veil that I was able to see through. So when I was able to see this mist, I seen that they were all tiny little bubbles. All that's what made the mist. So when I got in there to see my grandma, I was about to talk to her, when all of a sudden I was engulfed with love, the essence of love. And when I realized what I had been hit with, I was sucked back into my life. And to this day, I don't know what that meant, but all I know and I can say is I felt the essence of love. Yeah. We can say we know what love is here on this earth, because we love our children, because we love our mothers, because we feel that mutual love for somebody. But the essence of the love is so grand.
That spiritual love is divine, literally.
It is so grand that I hope that I never lose that sight, or even the glimpse of that. And that's it.
You were shown that in order to open your heart. I remember one time, it was in I think 2010 or 11, when I was living in Miami and Los Angeles, not at the same time, but at the same time. Since we're talking about time and space, I have to be clear here. I actually lived in Miami, and then I would fly to LA and back and forth. Okay, so it's not like I was broken in 2 pieces. And so at one point, there were a lot of ET stuff going on. I mean, you could see things in the skies in Florida. And one time I was in meditation, and I actually saw my guides, and I saw this, what I had heard other people in that field, in the ET field, researchers and stuff, say that there is this like King Solomon type of thing. And I think his name was Solomon, and he had really crystal blue eyes. And when he looked at me, the love that I felt, I'd never felt that kind of love before. So I understand what you're saying. It is so powerful that it changes your own reality, and it allows you to open up, because now you see what that love is. Actually, well, if I show it to you, you guys will be looking at yourself. I was going to move my camera up here. So on the outside of my camera, there's this neon blue, you know, a rich blue. That's like what the color of the eyes are. Just really, really amazing. You know, we all have our own experiences spiritually and mystically and in other realms. And so it's not to be afraid of, it's to, what I say to everybody is, allow your soul to do what it wants to do. And if it says no, then it's no. Don't trust something, don't go forward. Listen to your soul essence. We all have different soul journeys. But when you get to experience something like that, what Blanca was saying, it's very moving. You'll never forget it. And I'm sure that others have had experiences like this now that they've heard. Darcy, you've experienced that too. So it's really, really powerful. We are really powerful spiritual beings. As infinite spiritual beings, we are really powerful. It's about connecting the humanity with our spirituality in order to have it smooth. That's really beautiful. And regarding miracles, guys, they can happen. Just like Blanca was saying about driving. I had an experience, you might remember this, Eva. It's the last time I ever texted. I was on the freeway. I knew not to text. I look up and the entire 405 freeway stopped. And I was about to be killed, literally. And I with who I am, I yelled, "No!" And the car stopped like that. And it was like 20 feet from everybody else. And I have never experienced that in my life. From then on, I've never texted in the car. So it's, you know, it's about making choices and being strong enough to demanding clarity. I guess you'd say I'm a very strong healer. Look at that. No cancer, we get killed. The thing is that we have to be clear on the inside. So whatever you do, be clear on your inside, right? This is our journey to connect our soul with our humanity. This is what we're here to do. As I've said before many times, not since we started this group yesterday, but our soul wants to experience things, and planet Earth is a playground for that, because it's one of the most gorgeous planets that we can incarnate into. And so we may remember what an orange looks like, or possibly smells like. Oh, wow, it's the most gorgeous smell I've ever smelled. But we don't actually know until we come to Earth and actually taste it and feel it. So this is why sensualism and feminism is very important for us, because even I used to hang out at night at my place in LA, and we would pick oranges off the tree. Do you remember that, and eat them at night? There's nothing more sensual than a woman in the moonlight eating her own fruit, you know, that she picked. It's really beautiful. So it's about you getting to know yourself, your body. Sex is the same way. We can remember in our soulful state that it's amazing, it's fun, it's playful, but we can't take it to those levels until we come to Earth and actually do that stuff. So it's about where you want to go. And all it is about being quiet with yourself, literally within, and then opening up to the universe, opening up to God that you want to experience beautiful things. Start to inquire about your soul. There was an experience I had on the beach in Miami. My husband, Adrian, used to give sunset meditations on Wednesdays and Sundays. And I remember being in this meditation. He takes us off planet all the time, not trying to, it's just the energy. And all of a sudden I was just free floating in space. My clothes were moving. It was a long, gorgeous gown. It wasn't cold, it wasn't hot, it was beautiful. And I could see all these little lights. And I realized that that was other souls, that was soul. And that was a transformational experience. So look at your transformational experiences. Don't go, oh my God, I'm weird, I'm crazy. Or if you do that and then get past it and say, what is the possibility that something like this could really be? Because we each have our own soul requiring something new and different. So as we activate our spiritual love, it's about connecting to the interior, removing, and I'm going to get into it just for a second here. I'm looking over here. I wrote that down for tomorrow, but it's literally about becoming friendly, best friends at one point, connected to our body, to our mind, to our spirit. So the self-love part is about removing those interior dialogues that hold you back. You're not good enough, you're ugly, you're too fat, you're too thin, all the shit. Literally, it is shit. Excuse my language, but it is. We have to remove that in order to allow the graces of divinity to flow through us. One way to get there that I've told clients for 12 years, the mirror work. Bust through the mirror work and through the face and into your own body for acceptance. And you're cracking open the shell that's been surrounded, that's been covering your soul, literally. Also, we have in the body, we have body dysmorphia. I remember tracking mine back. I was on a radio show, and one of the body love people said, "And when did you first experience body dysmorphia?" And boom, I was taken back really quickly to age 5 or 4 on the playground with my polyester miniskirt dress creeping up and knowing that my panties were showing and that I was a naughty girl. And so I stopped playing, right? I was separating myself. And then I said, forget this, I'm playing. That was probably a couple days later. And I just went back to playing. So what we do in that respect, and it doesn't have to be about playing, it can be about somebody saying something to us. It's about ignoring who we are, ignoring our body. That's the way we push it away, right? So whenever we compartmentalizing is okay, but we compartmentalize our body and we push it away so that we can do things that we would be stopped for. So this is why self-love, body love, the spiritual awareness here is so vital to the human essence of who you are. And it allows your divinity to flow through. So we're going to do the miracle energy healing process. I'm actually going to do it how it was recorded. I did it last time, 2 months ago verbally, but I want to see what is on this recording that might be slightly different from what I did the last time, because I channeled that when I was in the studio. So let's listen to that today, okay? And here we go. So I want you all to get relaxed. And I'm not sure if I say it, but if you're laying down, begin to relax into your bed, feel the fabric. If you're in your chair, the same thing, relax, feel the fabric. And here we go.
Miracle energy healing process. We're going to get grounded, but before we do, we need to wake up the body. So that means wiggle your toes, your fingers, the body, stretch it and move. When you're ready, just relax. Wherever you're sitting, just relax.
Maya, I can't hear it. Can't hear
it.
Is that better?
We're going to do our deep breathing and ground ourselves. We're going to breathe in love through our body. Very deeply. Push it down through your diaphragm into your lower belly, and watch anything that doesn't serve you leave your body on the exhale. Let's breathe in wisdom. Push it down through your diaphragm into your lower belly, and watch that wave remove anything unwanted. Let's bring in insight and breathe that deep into your body. Push it down through your diaphragm into your lower belly, and watch that wave remove anything unwanted. Now we're going to go into the body. You may have done this for just the first time. I want you to go to your heart. I want you to really look at it, see it, and feel it. I want you to be present with it. This may feel odd at first, but then you'll discover it's the most remarkable thing to feel and hear your heartbeat. Your heart is made up of 4 chambers, and it might sound something like this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Feel that expand. Now I want you to grow a flower inside of your heart to full bloom. And I want you to remember the color and the flower. That's right. Now that it's in full bloom, imagine the pollen on that flower as little beautiful golden beads of love. And it's going to go flowing through your body. We're going to take it up through the chest, up through the neck and the head, back down over your back and your chest, over your shoulders and your arms, to your fingertips, over your breast, your back, your lower back, down your tummy, over your bum, down your upper legs, your knees, your lower legs, and your feet. This beautiful golden swirling love, these little beadlets, these pollen are pollinating with love your whole entire body. You may have some blocked energy in your body. So if you feel tightness, a discomfort, or even pain, I want you to go there with me right now. And I want you to focus in on that area. And remember, these beautiful little golden beads of pollen love are just flowing through your body. That's there to support you. And I want you to focus in on that area that feels tight, blocked energy, discomfort, pain. You may have a word, which is a message, a color, or an image come to you. Write them down and remember them. They are very important. Now we're going to pour energy into that spot that is bothering you. And if your hands heat up because you're an energy healer, support me here and put that over the area that we're working on. And let's focus in this energy and this love in your body. That's right. Now on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the greatest discomfort, 1 being the least, ask yourself, what level is it at? If it's at a 2 or below, move on to the next body part. If it's not, keep going. Let's keep working it. Focus on that love. Pull it from your heart. More love. Pull it. Breathe into that area. Focus the energy in it and watch it dissolve. Imagine it's a rock. We're going to dissolve it into dust, into its nothingness, and it's going to disappear. Wonderful. Keep doing it until you get down to a 1 or a 2. The energy is still running through your body. At this point, if you have more spots or if that area moved to another location, then follow it and do the same thing. Hit rewind and listen to this again for that location. In the meantime, for those of you who are going on, we're going to clear the chakras now. But I want to remind you to always do energy work and love and honor your feet. They're the foundation of your life, and they're also symbolic, both physically and how we live our life. We always neglect our feet. So we're going to go to the first chakra, and we're going to reach down into Mother Earth. We're going to breathe differently this time. We're going to do a shamanic breath. We're going to breathe in through our mouth and exhale through our nose slowly. And let's pull it up to our yoni. Hold it there. And then on the exhale through your nose, push it down into Mother Earth. That's right. Let's go a little bit deeper. Let's pull deeper from Mother Earth. Let's Inhale again through our mouth. Hold it. Then exhale through your nose. Okay, the last time, we're really going to dig deep and we're going to pull it up rather fast through our mouth and hold that energy there. And instead of exhaling through your nose, you're going to push that out through your mouth down to bind you into Mother Earth. Now go. That's right, really deep. Hold it. Awesome. Let's go to your womb, your second chakra. It's so beautiful. This is the creation. This is where women carry babies and we feed them. We're so magnificent. We're amazing. Just remember, you are amazing. I want you to imagine a cluster of those beautiful golden pollen beads forming a ball inside your womb, and it's just moving around gently, giving love, dispersing negative energy, removing pain. So you see the energy ball just moving around. It's beautiful. Sort of like a firework. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to move on up to our solar plex. And it's sort of like the shape of a diamond. It goes from your breast on the rib cage down and out. We're going to place a rock in there because everyone carries until they don't. They carry stress of not having enough money. This is our primal location. So whether they're concerned about losing their home, their money, all those deep primal needs are housed right here in our solar plex. So I want you to break that rock down with me into dust, and it'll just dissipate away just like it would in wind. Let's keep putting energy in and love. Pull from your heart. If it's very tight, like some of you tell me, breathe deep into your solar plex, like when you gave birth, breathe into that area. That's right. Do you feel the change? Keep working it. Remember to put your warm hand there to support the healing. And keep doing this until you've shifted. Hit pause and keep doing it. Now we already went to the heart and grew that beautiful flower. We're now going up just to the chest. It's not part of the chakras, but the chest really always needs love. We carry a lot of burden in our chest. Like they say, our shoulders. We carry the weight of the world. So just breathe into your chest. And if you have a tightness there, again, put one of those rocks there. We're just going to dissolve it away until it's nothingness. It's going to disappear. It doesn't belong there. And those beautiful golden pellets of love are just floating around, supporting you and loving you and bringing you so much peace. All right, now we're going up to the throat chakra. And this is going to be a little different. Men, you can do this as well, but this is also geared for women to open up their throat, open up their voice, and to heal things. Many times we're told to be quiet, that what we have to say isn't important, and it is. It's very important for both men and women to be heard. So I want you to imagine that there's a glass in your throat. It doesn't hurt, you can breathe, it's fine. It's kind of thick, like a whiskey glass. And you're going to fill it half full with water. And now we're going to put a balloon in there, a little water balloon. We're going to blow up the water balloon. And that water is going to dissipate over the edges and disappear, just like the rock we dissolved into powder, into its nothingness. And as you're blowing that and as you're holding that within you, I'm sending you amazing, amazing energy. And we're going to pull apart your throat, stretch it, allow your voice to be heard, Allow that tightness to disappear. This can heal past lives that keep coming back for you to deal with. This can heal ancestral lineage. It's very important for you right now to be focused in on your neck. Breathe gently. Those love beads are moving around. The energy is right there on your neck. You can support it with your hand. Remember, skin barely touches skin, so the energy can move through it. Barely touches. That's right. It's opening up. Stand in your power. Say what you want. You are worthy. You are loved. You are magnificent. Now let's move up to the third eye. In India, they call it the eye of God. I call it the eye of wisdom. So I'd like you to put your hand over your third eye and be aware if you hear a message, see a color, or an image. Take note of that. If it's dark or foggy, let's clean that up. So let's focus the energy there. The love is pouring in. This is where your divine gifts come from. Remember, infinite spiritual beings that we are in this human body, we are very powerful beings. Okay, so be aware of anything that you're seeing. Also be aware of a taste or smell coming from your third eye. If you have a taste or a smell, identify what it is and then figure out or write me what you think it might be. There's healing here. Now we're going to go to your crown chakra, the top of your head. And there's a beautiful warm light on the top of your head, just penetrating down, opening up all of the layers so that you are the divine conduit. So everything flows through you and then back out again to the universe. It's a beautiful flow. And it's very warm. And it feels amazing. And you feel loved. And you feel trust. And you feel safety. And you feel comfort. Now let's turn that light into a silvery gel. And I'm going to have this go down your whole body to protect you. So as it goes down over the top of your head, down the sides of your temples, over your forehead and down the front of your face, over the back of your head, down your neck, your chest, your upper back, down over your shoulders, your arms, down to your fingertips, down your back, over your breasts and your tummy, over your bum, down your legs, over your knees, down your lower legs and your feet. And the beautiful golden pollen pellets of love that are floating through your body. There's millions of them and millions. So if you looked inside your body, you'd see these little sparkly lights just glowing. We're going to push that out to our skin. And where this silvery, warm, beautiful gel is, they're going to infuse together. And you're protected and you're safe. And I want you to push that out about 6 inches, and it's going to stay there always. You're not bringing it back. It's to protect you. It's your boundary, your borders. Nothing can enter that can harm you. Remember, as an infinite spiritual being, you have more power than any other entity on this planet. So do not allow them in, and do not be afraid. This protects you through time and space, dimension, realities. And just have that space love you and protect you. Now I'm going to call you back. And on 3, you can repeat this healing process of your body at night while you sleep. 10 times 10 times 10, it will repeat as you sleep. healing and nurturing you. And as I call you back on 1, you're going to feel better than you have in a very long time. And I want you to wiggle your toes and rub your thighs and move your fingers and cross your arms and rub your upper arms and give yourself a hug. Don't you feel amazing? You are amazing.
Okay, wow. It was so interesting. Many of you have had this done one-on-one or in groups, and it was a little bit different. It's so cool how the evolution, first how it comes through and then how things shift. I really like this one. So, wow. Okay, so are there any questions about the miracle energy healing process, how to focus in on the areas in which you want to have relief? Is that you, Brooke? Are you trying to come on?
Unmute.
Cool.
Sorry. I am. Yeah, that was intense. That was awesome.
Good.
And then I noticed when I hit my throat, it was like the phoenix.
Mm,
It was just the colors and I could just feel the phoenix. It was amazing.
that's beautiful. That's
Is there a place like we can get that?
That's on the energy CD.
Awesome.
There, I'll send it. I'll figure on how to send it to you guys.
Oh, thank you, because that was incredible. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're more than welcome. Yeah. Anyone else? And by the way, Brooke, it's so good to see you again.
I know. I'm so excited. I was so excited when you offered this.
Oh, I'm so glad. I think you were with me 4 years ago this time of year, right? Something like that.
Something like that, 4 or 5. Yeah, something like that.
So it's good to see you, honey.
I know, you look amazing. I don't think you ever change.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's lovely.
Hi, this is Anne. I just unmuted myself. Is it okay if I talk about
Please,
my work happened?
yes.
Okay, let me video on too. Okay. I became homeless last year. I was evicted from my apartment and I trusted in my higher self and I went by my intuition, and I am very intuitive and an empath and I'm very psychic. And I trusted my intuition to move and trust people I didn't know. They're complete strangers to me. First, I temporarily was housed by people from my congregation. And then I found Airbnb and I just felt into the energy of this place and it felt like home to me. It felt like family to me. So for almost a year, I rented a room out of this house. I actually was basically adopted by this family and they helped me move. I worked through like Catholic Charities or something to find a home since I wouldn't qualify for getting an apartment since I had an eviction. And I had this vision of what I wanted. I wanted to have my own cottage. And it's considered a shared rental because there are people that own the property that live in a separate residence on the same land. And within a day, I got a call from my caseworker. And I just had this gut intuition, step on it, go there now while you can. The day I went there, I felt into the energy of the place. It felt like home. And I got the place. I said, how soon can I move in? And not just that, the people that housed me, they had no responsibility for me whatsoever. They moved me here. They 3 times took 3 trips for free, helped me with everything. I had like one miracle after the other happen. I had lost my job earlier in the year 2020. And during the pandemic, I got a job in a month and it was a much better job with potential than the one I had before. So I had like a whole series of miracles happening when I trusted in the unknown, let myself go and flow with source energy.
It's beautiful, really beautiful. Yeah.
Could I react to that?
Yes.
Oh, well, that gives me hope because I have exactly the same going on right now. I'm separated from my husband after 24 years. And I'm living in a beach condo, and he wants me out in 3 months, and I have no idea where to go. And he said, well, you can come home. I said, I'm not going to do that. He said, well, then get a job and rent something, but I'm not paying for it. So I'm just trusting in the universe to put something on my path that I can either house sit somewhere and get a job there. And I'm just going into the unknown. I don't know how I'm going to explain it to him, how I'm going to do this, but I do feel that if you are in that higher vibration and you're just a loving human being, and you've done good to yourself and to others, that you will get rewarded. So that gives me hope, that story. Thank you.
You're welcome.
May I also share that it's the awareness that it's your divine right. Literally, hold that true, that your space, your place, your home, your work, we are on a money planet, everything is yours because it's your divine right as an infinite spiritual being. You
Right.
have the right for everything to flow. But until you feel it in your body, you understand it, like you guys are talking about miracles here. That's one of the gratitude steps for recreating and bringing it in faster and faster and faster. You're always at home, right? Your temple is your home. You have a direct conduit to the divine. You can find places. You can do this literally. And I'm really happy for your experience, Sam. It sounded like it was very lovely.
These are people that were complete strangers, but they were divinely given to me as friends, still friends of mine, and they feel like family to me. And the people that were strangers were kinder to me than my own family, so I have
That's
faith.
beautiful.
Thank you so much. I'm very grateful. I'm incredibly grateful and blessed.
It's a lovely story to hear. It's almost like one of those Christmas miracle stories, right? It's about time to hear stuff like that. It's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Wow. Anyone else before we say goodbye? Yes. Okay. Oh, can you unmute yourself, honey?
Oh, yes.
There you go. I just wanted to say that through the healing moment, when we put on our throat, I got the image of like the tunnel, our windpipe. It was like a quick flash, and I thought, oh, what was that? And then I, in trying to make sense, the only thing I can think, it was like if my throat got a circumcision, and it's like, wow.
Like it opened.
Yeah, I've been struggling. I've been quiet. I've been very quiet, and that's part of the reason that I've joined, because I do need to activate my spirituality more.
I'm
and
grateful.
So I did receive that, and thank you.
You're welcome. That's really beautiful. The thing about the throat, so the womb carries our abilities as a woman. One, because we have even if we can't actually have children, right? We still have the parts to be, we're still a female. So creation grows in our womb. We have more ability than just the baby. We have more ability than just being a mom, just being a person. We can be lovers. We can create businesses. We can create communities. We can, as Anne experienced, we can step up and help someone who actually needs help. That is what it's about. That's the power. That's the shift and the change. In the throat, it's about that place that we've always been told, be quiet, you're just a girl, what you have to say isn't important. That is so degrading. We all remember experiences, whether it's from our own immediate family or someone else. Whenever I tell this story, I go back to being 5 at our house and seeing and hearing, like standing outside the bathroom door wanting to talk to my daddy. And it's not that he said, go away, you don't have anything to say. He did say, think before you speak. But that was kind of the same thing for me, And then my siblings, because I was the baby, my older siblings. So we have these things that stay with us. How long are they going to stay with us? And when are we going to release them? So this is a choice that's up to you guys. Everything is transformation. What do you choose? Okay, so I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow will be very powerful. We're talking about body love and self-love. Also, The power of choice. We're going to spend off and on a few days on choice, because people know what it's like to have a healing or miracles, but they don't understand transformation. Transformation is rapid, and this is why we want to have healings that are rapid. That's because everything is instantaneous, right? If we're connected to the divine or we have that relationship, things should happen in a moment's notice. When I was on the back patio talking to God about giving me a new piece of my soul so I didn't die, which I was dying in July, I didn't think that I wouldn't get my soul. I didn't think that God wouldn't help me. He had helped me before. I had built my muscle of understanding faith, of understanding my connection. So that's how fast you want it. Within 2 days, my skin changed. People were saying, you look younger than you have before. I went back to work. I called back all my clients and said, hey, it's only been 3 weeks, not 8 weeks, but come on back. I'm really ready. And my life changed in that moment. It took 4.5 months for the tumors to dissolve out of my body. But remember, healings are instantaneous, and and what follows through afterwards is just part of the cleanup job. So hold faith within what you're doing when you know that you've had a healing or something. We talked about this. I'm going to take 2 more minutes of your time, Lou. Marie Louise is my next client up, so that's why I'm asking her permission. So I had spoke in one of our talks a couple months ago about healings. Somebody also asked in the second day on the last healing, which created a whole day of it. I think it was, she's not, oh yeah, Galina, Gallo Plus here. She said, I think she said, how come healings don't always stay? It's the idea of what you believe and what you want to believe. Fear is so strong that it knocks everything out of the way. The only thing about fear, so humanity in this miracle energy healing process, when we go to the throat, I often say in person, I didn't hear it on there, but I often say, for the last 30,000 years, we have been in fight and flight mode. We are no longer in that mode. We are no longer have to be afraid that if we step outside of our cave door, a woolly mammoth is going to eat us or something crazy, right? We don't have to be afraid of that. We don't have to be afraid that if we become homeless or if we lose a job that we're going to die. We may become homeless, like Anne's situation, but she transformed that. So we can always transform everything and anything that we need. It's about removing the fear. I had a bladder infection so bad, stemmed from a kidney stone passings that lasted for quite a while, maybe a couple years when I first got married at 18. And I remember feeling like I had had healing, and then going back into the bathroom. I was nursing at the time, running off to one of the wings that didn't have patients and screaming on the toilet because the pain was excruciating, and thinking why I had a healing. I even talked about this in church, about having this healing. Then I realized it was the fear of the pain, of the unwellness was still lingering with me. When I removed that, which was the emotional aspect, when I removed that, it was gone. I've never had one since, and that was probably, gosh, I give away my age, 50 or 30 some odd years, like 37 years or something like that, 39 years. Okay. So it's what can happen, literally. It's what is supposed to happen. So look at your fear, look at who you are, and remove all of that. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow, another powerful talk, and I'm hopping on another call. All right. Bye, everyone.